In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Heavenly Father, you have proclaimed the true font of light and wisdom, and the primal origin raised high beyond all things. Pour forth a ray of your brightness into the darkened places of our minds, and disperse from our souls the twofold darknesses into which we were born, sin and ignorance. You make eloquent the tongues of infants, refine our speech, and pour forth upon our lips the goodness of your blessing. Grant to us keenness of mind, capacity to remember, skill in learning, subtlety to interpret, and eloquence in speech. May you guide the beginning of our work, direct its progress, and bring it to completion. You who are true God and true man, who live and reign, world without end.
Amen. So good morning to all. Today, as we have agreed, we will have a PowerPoint presentation, not mainly of the Gospel of Mark. Mainly it is about the whole scenario of the New Testament things, because we have discussed many things, of the background and this and that and temple or this, and especially when I spoke about the manuscripts, however, whatever I say about the manuscript, if you see that, then you at once catch it. Because if I say, it's all capital and it's just running, even without, we can just imagine. But if you see really what a manuscript is look like now, then it is very easy to follow. So like that, I'm just taking all these pictures are from the internet. I just picked up from Google Images, and that's just arranged. That's all. Nothing special, anything I photograph, anything. It's all from the internet, and just arranged according to my vision. What we have discussed in the class and things like that. Okay, so it would be mostly regarding the introduction to the Bible. Okay, so we can do one thing more. We can just, for the time being, we can maybe turn off the light, and so that people can just see a little better. After seeing all these pictures, of course, I shall, run a little bit of commentary on that. That's okay then, no? That's okay. Yeah. No, there is no need of too much writing on these things, because these are just things what just to know. That's all. I just stay behind so that Okay, it's okay. There is no need of registering this one. This only you can take these pictures. As anybody wants. There is no problem. There is no copyright for this, because I have taken it from internet, and therefore anybody can copy it. No problem.
It's stolen it.
This is it is the map of the Palestine. It's mainly. This map is of the Old Testament. These are the tribes, those colored portions are the tribes. After the Palestinian, the Israelites came from, there came Abraham and all those people, the 12 tribes, Abraham and Isaac and his 12 sons, the 12 tribes of Israel, they came and conquered the land. And these are the places where these people, the settlement of the 12 tribes. Just to say, from the Old Testament, beginning of the kingdom of Israel. This is the Israel during the time of Jesus. This is what we were talking about. These things, you see, just for example. That under that is the Red Sea, and then in the middle you see that is the Dead Sea. So in the middle, you see, so from, and then in between, so or in the middle of, Israel, so flows the River Jordan. So River Jordan starts from the north, up north, and then it flows and it comes to Dead Sea. Then it again flows from Dead Sea to the Red Sea. But unfortunately what happens, now there is no more water enough. It finishes with the Dead Sea. Okay? So
One question here.
yeah.
It shows these divisions are the divisions created by Rome and the kings that they put, the Herods that they put in place, because it shows Judea encompassing Samaria.
Yeah, this Judea and Samaria, that is, after David, and Solomon came, that was, then the kingdom was the one. After Solomon, the kingdom was already divided, north and south. So the Judea and Samaria were the two kingdoms. And already there were two kings. And mostly the Judea, they were mostly, ruled by the kings, as it is shown in Old Testament. The Judea was mostly the kings who are mostly faithful to Yahweh, but the Samaria, the king, mostly not. So this kind of thing, and so that persisted again. And afterwards, of course, during the time of Jesus, it was Herod the Great who conquered all these places. And he was not a Jew, he was an Idumean. See the names. When we hear some names like Decapolis, for example, on the right side, look, Decapolis. See all those, the names we can see. This is mostly, it is during the time of Jesus, and it is a kingdom already united under Herod the Great. All these places. And of course it was under Rome, and Herod the Great was ruling as the king. And again after his death, that was again divided into three parts. Among his sons, Herod, the Antipater, and then Philip and Archelaus. So that was the situation when Jesus returned from Egypt after the flight. Okay, that some of the this is a little bit of to see clearly. Look, Idumea, Egypt, Idumea. That is where the Herod comes from there. Then what I said about the River Jordan, that was not right. In the middle it is Sea of Galilee, and from Dead Sea, okay, not a Red Sea. The middle, that is the Sea of Galilee where Jesus walked on. Okay, what I said, that was a wrong thing. Not the Dead Sea. That is at the bottom. That is the Dead Sea. Now what I said, after river, the Sea of Galilee, they really want to have that River Jordan flow from there, but unfortunately there is no more water now. Look how the Samaria and Judea, this is a much more clear picture, and how Palestine is, surrounded by all the enemies. Okay, now a little more. This is the Mediterranean Sea. This is the left side. This is again a little bit more the Herod the Great kingdom. This is during that the map is Samaria, Decapolis, Idumea, and Judea on the underside. All these places, all these places were under Herod the Great. So this is again the kingdom of Herod. That same thing. That's all again. That is a little bit another map. That's all. Now this is the new. What is look like now the map of Israel today. Okay, this is on the left side of the part is of Israel, and that small what's the sky blue thing you see? Yeah, that is Palestine. It's so small. Okay, this is again the Israel. Look, that is the kingdom of Israel, that white. That is now the state of Israel.
At the narrowest part, that's only about 5 miles wide.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
Talking about something about the size of Delaware.
So, what is the capital of Israel?
Israel is Tel Aviv.
Oh, Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tel Aviv is the capital now.
Of Israel.
Israel.
So is Jerusalem the capital of Palestine?
No. The capital of Palestine that is in Bethlehem, I think. Yeah. Bethlehem belongs to Palestine.
Okay.
And this is that green part, that is Palestine. So West Bank. Look, Hebron, West Bank, Jericho, then Nicomedia, then this part, and again that small part, look, that the Gaza Strip, that's also belong to the Palestinians.
What did you say, Father?
That look, that the Gaza Strip,
I see.
that also belong to
The capital of West Bank is Ramallah.
their name, yeah. So this is the present Israel. Okay, that is such a very compared to, for example, compared to Jordan. Look what Israel look like.
So, Father, the Palestinians really have a lot of land.
Palestine, no.
Are they expanding to the Israel? What is the argument? That they want to expand
Yeah, sure.
to Israel?
They want to have they want to have more. They really want to have the whole of Palestine. The whole.
Be all theirs.
It was all there, occupied by them.
It was all Palestine.
So,
They want it back.
so what are the concessions? What are they trying to get now?
See, this was already during the time of. Do you know the history of the Crusades?
Yes.
Before that, it was all Christian. Not only that, the Jordan, Syria, all those places were Christian.
Yes.
And now the Muslims conquered it. The Muslims, Ottoman, Muslim,
Palestinians?
and became the Palestinians. And they were from, of course, in AD 70 was the last day where the kingdom of Israel was completely destroyed by the Roman army. You know that. AD 70.
Right.
And they were all dispersed all over the world.
Right.
And the new Israel state was established 1945, no?
48.
And 48, yeah, 1948.
1848.
And there, how the new state started. I think the American Jews, the powerful, wealthy American Jews, they slowly bought this much of land from the individuals. I think mostly individuals by the not telling them, that is just like that was their country. So I bought this one, and bought, and they expanded it, and they had, of course, this idea of establishing it, and at last, they took over, and especially with the help of the American state, I think, and it came to be a true in 1948, and the Israel state was established out of nothingness.
There was also a League of Nations resolution
Of course,
from the
yeah.
1920s that, see, a lot of this was controlled by the British Empire. And England agreed to create a nation of Israel and drug their feet for over 20 years. A lot of the boundaries of the Middle East today were drawn by British generals, had nothing to do with the people that lived there.
Yeah, and once they occupied the land, now the problem is Jerusalem, that was so dear to the Muslims, the Christians and Jews, all wanted Jerusalem. And of course, they realized only in 1948 that they lost their land, and they wanted back. So that is the problem with them.
Are there any Christians in Jordan or in Egypt?
Everywhere there are Christians, whereas very small minority community. Of course, in Saudi Arabia, I don't know how many. Otherwise, in Jordan there are.
Are Are they persecuted?
My.
So why don't they go to Israel?
Yeah?
Also, didn't a lot of Jewish people come from places where Hitler had?
Yeah. Not only Hitler, all over the world. Even in India, there were Jewish communities. And after the kingdom of Israel was established, all of them migrated to Israel.
A lot of Russian Jews, too.
From all country, I think maybe the lesser people, migrated would have been, I think, from America, because they had a better chance here. But all other, from Germany, I think 99% went to. And India, I think all totally 100% went. We have now so many abandoned mosques and the Jewish cemeteries and everywhere in our country, especially in our state.
Well, Father, I hear that if you look at the history timeline, ever since God chose the Jewish people to live in this Jewish nation, the devil has been trying to destroy that nation. That's why they're just always being persecuted around the world.
Yeah, that is a kind of anti-Semitism is everywhere, every time there existed. Not only during time of Hitler, but everywhere, every time that was the truth, anti-Semitism. Okay, then comes now something else. This is presently what look like Israel. The monuments look the old
That's the synagogue where he preached in.
That is Capernaum. Yeah, a synagogue, just, this Capernaum. This is how the land look like. Don't think, Israel, when we say Israel, when the Yahweh said, I promise you a land of honey and milk, but it is rock and sand. Yes.
That's the promised land. The promised land.
Only if you look, the place fertile land is only around the Sea of Galilee, the Judea. That part is only fertile. Jerusalem, that's simple mountains. Yeah, there is no and even with that, this land, this is typically what it looked like now. And this is where they try to even cultivate with the new technologies and all those things. Israel, sure, and
Technology, Father?
not new technology means create an environment.
He's using a synthetic fiber rope.
So this is typically the Israel land, and these are those, I think those trees are mostly olives.
A lot of olives.
Yeah. This is just a part of this how it looked like that was mountain cut and then built something like that. Just look, this was the old thing. Now I think this is in Caesarea Philippi. No, not Caesarea. That was the old capital of the kingdom, and that part. I think I'm not sure. I just saw because I took it because it shows something. How the ruins of the old empire look like. Yeah. Now people are working and the villages of Israel. This is what's called just you see that is a temple. Look. Yeah.
This part here is the city of David, right?
Yeah, this is the city. Yeah. That's a model. That is a model. That's a model. That's not the real. That's as a model. I think they would like to build this temple, the third temple. The first temple was built by Solomon. The second temple, of course, when it was destroyed, and during the Maccabean time that it was restored, and then again restored by Herod the Great, and then now there is no more temple, and therefore they want to at least they have the dream, at least some people. It doesn't come true, and this is the almost a kind of a model kept in the museum. Yeah. This is just like how people work. Don't think all the Jews are like white. There are all kind of mixed people among the Jews.
This is right now.
Yes, some of them are working. This is what is it? The Wailing Wall, no? Yeah, we will see more about it. This is the Capernaum, the Jewish synagogue where Jesus preached. Yeah. Do you know what is this? Yeah, this is the Wailing Wall, and that is now the temple. The mosque, the Alaska Mosque. Yeah, mosque and dome. The Dome of the Rock, no? And this is just people coming and praying. And that is the Wailing Wall, and just nearby there is a synagogue. There is a synagogue just nearby. So there are Jewish rabbis sitting and people coming and praying. But this is the Wailing Wall. We will see a little more late, a little further, something more. This is something a part of ruin, and this is the Jerusalem temple. No, I mean the Alaska Mosque. This is the dome that is covered by the golden plate.
But this is a mosque?
This is a mosque.
This is a mosque.
That's in Israel.
In Israel. That was in Israel. And that in the Jerusalem where the temple was standing, that was destroyed is AD 70. And that was gone. Then the history of it, then the Romans built a pagan temple. And that was converted by the Muslims. Now this is the temple, this is their mosque.
Father, how do the people like the Muslims from the West Bank, are they allowed in there? Can they go in there? Is that blocked off? Or
I think they can go. They can go in. Yeah. From other side, for the Arabs, for the other side. No.
All of it right now is
Yeah.
Israeli.
I know. Yeah.
There's a separate entrance to keep the Arabs from the
so there's not too many Muslims going in there.
The Israelis, they go down to the Wailing Wall.
And now, yeah.
This is inside.
Yeah, this is it. Either this temple is where almost the Jerusalem temple was standing.
The Jews.
The Jewish Jerusalem temple was standing where they constructed it purposefully.
So the Israelis let the Muslims go over there to build?
Now, yeah, because of the United Nations conventions, this is a very contentious place, and all the people are, by the United Nations conventions, all people are allowed to go. The Israeli government cannot block it.
Some of those Muslims want to destroy it.
Yeah, this mosque they will not destroy because it is theirs.
One of the big problems, isn't that sitting where the original temple was?
We don't know. That is at least that part. We don't exactly, the problem for the Israel, as I told you, they don't know where exactly the temple was standing. So we will see there are sketches of temple. Then we will see very clearly what I was talking at that time. Okay, this is the view from maybe I think from the Mount Olives. A view from a photo from Mount Olives. How these things just to see things are. Then now this is the closer look at the Jerusalem, the mosque, Alaska Mosque. Look.
Oh, what is that symbol on the very top? Is that a moon?
That's a moon.
Which represents what?
So the Muslim symbol is, the Christian symbol is the cross, the Jewish symbol is the star, and the Muslim symbol is the half moon.
Oh, I didn't know that. Let me write that down.
Because all of their festivals start with the seeing the moon. Yes. For example, they finish the Ramadan Ramadan fasting, seeing the first moon, then their calendar, the Hijra calendar, is based on the lunar calendar. It's a lunar system. So their symbol is moon.
That's the crescent
Crescent.
of the new moon.
Yeah, new moon. Yeah. Now this is a Jewish rabbi. Just to see, when we were talking about, the Jewish rabbis, we hear always the scribes and rabbis, those people, this is a very famous rabbi, just to take a picture, that's all. Here is another rabbi, very renowned man was he. He had, of course, very influential. This is how the Pharisees look like. When Jesus talk about the Pharisees, you wear long this and that and this, ornaments, and you put long vestments and things like that, no? Speak about Pharisees. I just want to show how the Pharisee. The Pharisees look like.
But those prayer shawls are still used today.
Yeah, look. This is, I think, from the Passion of Christ, no? I think.
What'd you say the difference was, Father?
What? The rabbi?
The Pharisees and the Sadducees.
The Pharisees are the people who are just literally following the scripture or the Torah. Literal interpreters. The scribes, they were the writers. And the Sadducees, they were the rationalists.
Meaning what?
Rationalists means, they were a little more educated, they did not believe in, the world, life after death. The Sadducees. They were the people almost like a rational people. But the Pharisees, they were the most traditionalist and very, very strict to the law.
I noticed the robes, Father, they look similar to what the priests wear.
Yeah.
So that's where our robes come from.
So what was the difference between the Pharisees and the Sadducees?
Pharisees believe, I told you, that is a very traditionalist. That means, just following the letter of the law. The Sadducees, they don't want to follow just the letter of the law. They were very liberals. And they did not believe in the life after death.
The way to remember it, I heard the way to remember it is, they did not believe in life after death. They didn't believe in heaven after life. So they were sad, you see. They were more Hellenized.
Yeah, they were, that's why it's a rationalist people, no? Rationalist. Now this is, you might remember, just I want to see, you might remember this picture. What is this? Is from Bible. Do you remember the story behind?
Thank you for not making me like that one.
Yes. A prayer of a publican and a Pharisee, no? The prayer, Jesus mentioning, a prayer. The two people entered into synagogue. The Pharisee was, praying with, oh Lord, I'm doing this and that. I am fasting, I am giving my tithe. I'm not like this man who is standing behind.
No one doesn't even lift his eyes knowing that he is a sinner.
Yeah, but the other one, see, oh Lord, I'm not even worthy to enter.
That's me then.
Yeah. So I just, this gives, a clear idea about the vestments, what they use. Do you know what is this? The menorah, that is the Jewish lamp of the tabernacle where always this lamp was burning. See,
Actually, it represents
the Jewish symbol, it is. Star, yeah. This is just like the what's called the Codex, no? The Torah. So they kept almost like in all the synagogues, they kept a copy of the Bible. That means Old Testament, like this. So open it means just open it and then you read it. This was almost like skin, the skin the codex.
This is papyrus?
No. That was there are papyrus. We can see. This is how in a synagogue there is a place where just like our tabernacle, we put the tabernacle place. So they put their Torah like this, so decorated.
Oh, really?
Look, this is how they they keep their Torah. So the scroll.
It's a cloth, though. It's just a cloth, right?
No. It is parchments or the skin or things like that. This is only a cover. That's a cover.
It's just a veil over top of the print.
Yeah.
The two sticks at the bottom.
See the behind, just see, yeah. And then the cover, they just, take it up, with very solemnities. And that is the same thing what we do, no? We go and take the gospel with so solemnity, all things, come together. I think in our church, the solemnity is lesser. Because usually during the mass, when the deacon or the priest goes to take the gospel, there will be 2 lamp carriers, they will be there. Then there will be incense sometimes, or with a procession, like the gospel will be carried to the ambo for reading. At least there will be always 2 candles. Yeah, but what? We have already lit the candle there already before. So yeah, that's all light, and it's lighted candle. That is what we put in the altar. We take it and go. Yeah.
Father, but there is many scrolls, right?
Yes.
There should be many scrolls.
Also, when Jesus went up, it says he was handled.
Yeah. That was prophets. Prophet Isaiah. So there will be
One of these, and he
yeah.
It says today.
Look, this is now today's. This is the paper scrolls now. These are the paper scrolls. Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to look something up? Trying to research using a scroll like that?
Yeah.
And as opposed to, flipping from one chapter to another, you've literally got,
Yeah.
you guys got to roll it up, and the other guy's got to unroll the other one. I mean,
But it's only as a kind of just to tradition, keeping the tradition. That's all. Of course, they have their Bible, like the books. Of course.
I mean, in the time of Christ, they didn't have it bound like this.
Yeah, at that time not. Yeah. During the time of Jesus, this is how the Hebrew language looked like.
What? The Jews?
Hebrew.
Father, is that upside down or that's the right way?
and it's reading from right to left. Reading from right to left.
He just got the previous.
Now this is a papyrus. Yeah, and this is look like what a manuscript.
It's all run together.
See, look how this is a manuscript. So, yeah, that means handwritten papyrus, and then handwritten. It looked like the Bible was in the first form. It was like this. So, remember that how the difficulty. Many times. Again, I have put many more. Look, this is a manuscript.
So the papyrus is actually fibers?
No. This is just it's a what's called a stem of a plant. Yeah, and then they just press it, and then make it in a kind of a. That is from the word paper comes from papyrus, but it is very strong.
It's more like a cloth than it
Yeah. It's a yeah. So this is just a model of a very ancient. This is a Septuagint manuscript. That means Septuagint means the Old Testament books were translated into Greek, and in the beginning of in the 1st century AD, and we were using that. Christians were using the Septuagint, the translation of the Bible.
No, again, what does Septuagint mean?
70 people. Septuagint means 70.
The ones where they met together and
Yeah.
commissioned music.
Yeah.
Form all that.
Yeah. So this is a This is Codex Vaticanus. That means from the Vatican Codex. This is an original photography of the Codex Vaticanus of the Septuagint, kept in the Vatican Museum. So just it looked like our oldest manuscript kept in the Vatican is one of that is this. Okay, and you can see how the problem if a manuscript we won't be able to read it, and we won't be able to connect it because it's destroyed, and it's really hard. Look, this is another papyrus manuscript. Look.
One of the interesting things to point out is where are the divisions between the words?
Yeah, that's why I told you, it runs like a stream. There is no separation between the words. Look, just runs. This is Old Testament. This is not. Let me see. That's a Greek. It's a Greek one. It's a Greek It's a Greek manuscript. Again, look again another one. See, that's a papyrus. Just to show how the manuscript look like. Another one. Now I just wanted to show you a closer view of the manuscript writing. Look. Fies menon o doi ita Malachi. That's reading from Malachi. No, that's from right to left. No, that's from left to right. SV. Fies menon. See.
Isn't that the inscription that it's at the foot of where Jesus was crucified?
Yeah, that is inscription. That is 4 words. No, Jesus. What's called INRI.
Oh yeah.
INRI means Jesus Nazarenus Rex Judaeorum.
That looks like the little tile that's right at the foot of the altar.
Yeah. See, we will see a little more. No, look now, it's a very clear picture, no? There is no division. It's just running. All in the, what's called capital, no? All in capital. Look. Another one, same thing, no? Just the same. Look. Manuscript. How it look like a manuscript. So don't think when we read Bible, people wrote as it is. Don't think it is entirely it was different. That's why there are differences. Suppose somebody read this is poien tes pleien adiotoi kai oiton. See, that is the, suppose so somebody added this word to this part. Somebody can add if it could be read like that, one word could be read with the other word, could be added with the other word, then the meaning becomes entirely different. So there could be some times in which could be very confusing situations.
Isn't it also it's characteristic of Greek verbs that Greek verbs are actually constructs of other words? So they put several words together to create a verb.
Yeah. And for example, you see at the end of for example 1, 2, 3 say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the fifth line, no? At the end, we read like A, C, I, no? That's an abbreviation. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line, no? That is mentoi canara. That is, so that is already, that's an abbreviation. So in many manuscripts they use abbreviations, and they have to know what the abbreviation means. So that adds again the problem with the manuscripts. Yeah. Yeah.
What does the FBI mean? We all know now, but
Yeah, we know FBI.
years ago it didn't mean the same thing.
So again, look, how would you read a manuscript? Again, look, another manuscript. This is also Greek.
Yes, Greek?
Yeah, the same Greek what we were reading.
Oh, so, but is this before or after?
It looked like, you see, it looked like not Greek, no? Because of the handwriting. Look, so this is also a Greek manuscript. So these are our complexities of manuscript. Now another one. This is not only this manuscript is with the minuscula and minuscula, that is capital and small letter or capital letter all together. That is auto. That is the first one. A. It's the alpha. Yeah.
It has more.
Yeah, that's the decorations. Then this is the papyrus plant.
Oh, that's a plant.
Yeah, that's a papyrus plant, and that reed, you see, that reed is taken and cut into the measurement what you want to make, and then put in the water, and I think some for treatment, and then press it, and then it becomes just like a paper-like. That's how they made the papyrus. This plant is called papyrus, and from that, it's really very hard. When it is done, like a paper, it's really very strong. I saw it.
That plant, can it be eaten
I don't think so.
as a herb?
Yeah, that's could be a herb. I don't know. But we have many other things to eat, no?
They make baskets out of it.
Yeah. This is a skinned. It has a skinned. That's not papyrus. That is a skin. Yeah, in which the manuscript is written. Look, just this is a book. Just read that. The codex weighs nearly 75 kilos. And the vellum is composed of calf skin or donkey skin from 160 animals. That is a, I think, Old Testament book.
About what size is that?
That is a longer one. Yeah.
Well, marijuana bag, 165 pounds.
So, this is the Old Testament. That is the whole Old Testament Bible, weighing 165 pounds. Could be, yeah. And composed of 160 animal skin. That was how the books were created before the printing press was discovered. Okay? Now you get, this is an Old Testament scripture book. So, how costly it is to have a Bible. That means it is equivalent to buy 160 calf.
Wow. Oh my.
And nobody could afford it.
This was around what year with this book?
That is what before 150s, 1050, 500. So
Around the 1500s. So that means not very many people could even.
yeah. Now, see, this is another problem again with the manuscript. You see, the writings and overwritings. So the skin was so what's called very expensive. So whenever needed, they write it and then rub it off, write it again. There, look, there on the one side, and behind that there is another writing, no? No, not that, that is now because, That is because, by laser treatment they, brought it out. Yeah, that is. These things were, the behind, the what's called the writing behind. They were not really visible, really, when we see it. That is brought out by the ray, what's kind of the laser treatment, in order that book contained another one. So there could be, now there is a technology for that. It's the same thing, look. So the writings, the first writing, rubbing off, and second writing. It's almost, a manuscript like. This is the Qumran scrolls. That was, these scrolls were written before Christ in papyrus. In they were kept in that jars in the Qumran caves, in the caves of nearby the Dead Sea. There is a mountain, Qumran.
These are from the Dead Sea Scroll.
Yeah, these are the Dead Sea. That is a Qumran. That's a Dead Sea Scroll. That's the same thing.
Is that the Torah?
That is the whole Old Testament except the book of Tobit. No, Esther. But all other books are there. Deuterocanonical books, all are there. Except the book of, I think, Esther. Yeah. This was how they were, found out. How? The original, the Dead Sea Scrolls comprise the oldest group of all Old Testament manuscripts ever found, dating back, 100 and 200 BC.
And when were these?
That was in 1940, something like that.
I see the face of Jesus and the ear, his mouth, his nose.
Oh my God, that is a very good vision.
I see it.
Yeah, this is Dead Sea Scroll.
Wow.
Okay.
In the corner.
This is again a part of it. I just gave more importance to the manuscripts because I want to convey the idea. That's not a very simple thing. Okay.
What did you say, brother? It was the what?
No, I have to just give more. The manuscript studies are not very easy thing, and we take it for granted. We think the Bible is written as it is now. No, it's not.
Well, Father, what's important about this is that it glows that Bible only Protestant poets, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Even in the 1500s.
Yes. Now, Revelation 4:7. Say the words, Revelation 4:7 runs the words like this. The first living creature like a lion. Second living ox. The third one a man. And fourth one a eagle. What is it? The gospel symbols. So that was, I told you in Revelation 4:7. Look, these are the fourth. Look.
The
Man, ox, and the lion, and
Mark, Luke, and John.
yeah. This is another form of writing. These are, Look, this is another one. Look, man, lion. This is in the order. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So, what is the meaning of the man? Gospel of Matthew signifies Christ's human nature. Lion symbolizes power. Mark denotes Christ the King. Ox, sacrificial victim. Luke highlights the priestly character. The eagle, theology is more developed than the three synoptic gospels. So this is the thing. But we can. You can have these slides all. Those who want.
I do.
And okay, I'm going.
Please.
Look, this is our Gospel of Mark. Okay. Now Jesus preaching in the synagogue. Just now comes a study on. This is the Jerusalem temple by King Solomon. Okay. Here comes. This is the kind of imaginative picture at that time. The Solomon's temple. Now comes. This is the temple, the second temple. That means when it was destroyed during the Babylonian captivity, and then it was again just reconstructed. Model of the second temple. Now here comes the Herod's. Look, see, Herod's temple. The center is the temple. You know that. That was the first temple. Okay. then the first temple, and it was reconstructed. That white part is the temple. The other part was added by Herod. Okay. See how things are here. See all the passage to quote. This only the white part was the Jerusalem temple. The other part, Herod built it in order to make the people feel accepted by them. See how the temple is look like. This is a sketch. Again, look. This is the temple. Look. So in the center is the temple. All other parts are not exactly the part of temple, but that adjacent part. Those things are very important. See, look. From let us see the Golden Gate. You see the temple. Where is written nearby, that is Golden Gate. Okay. Nearby the women's court. The women had a special place in the temple. They were not allowed to come into nearby. There is a special place for the women. Then court of the priests. That is just maybe I think we can say a little more further. I think. No. See here better, see there is the look the enter Golden Gate, you see, you can read that, no? Then just and then the entrance, they are just in the entrance, just after they enter into the temple, where the women can stand. Then there is the beautiful gate, that is inside the temple, entrance into the temple. And then where is the court of Israel, where men stand, that thing. And just in front of that, there is the altar. Altar means where the sacrifices were performed. Sacrifices. And after that, there is the Holy of Holies. Look, where the tabernacle was kept. The porch, Holy of Holies, holy place. They all together, where nobody could enter only except the high priest. And that is only once in a year. So, only until the altar, people could reach. Okay? And then the priests and then the only people can stand until that part in the court of Israel, that man. From there only the priest can enter the altar, and from there only the high priest can enter. That is how the structure of the temple, the temple, and that is the same structure what we follow in our church, See, of course, the men and women, there is no difference, but otherwise, there is the place where, we see the altar, that means where we celebrate Mass. Then behind that, there is the tabernacle where we keep, Nowadays, the tabernacles are, I think maybe 50 years ago, all the churches had the tabernacle in the middle, at the last, that was the center of the church, the tabernacle, and in front was the altar where we celebrated Mass, and there is we come under and the people stand. That was it was the Jerusalem temple structure we were following, but now it's almost like we little bit of difference is now. Okay, this is how. So the women, cannot enter until that place, they are separated from the men. And again, this is very interesting. Look here, there is the court of women's court of the priests, okay, and then the other side here, court of the Gentiles. Look, the other side, the court of the Gentiles. They can come until that part only. They cannot enter into the temple.
Wow.
They cannot enter into the temple. They can come only that much.
How do they know? How do they distinguish?
Maybe with the dress or things like that, Yeah. And see, this is how. And there were, that was the area in which the trade was going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not inside the temple.
Where Jesus.
Yeah. And there is the Solomon's porch is there, there is where, that is the court of the Gentiles. At the other side, the Solomon's porch where Jesus preached usually. Okay? I don't know, now I have to go. This is the same temple replica. Here is the another, you see, another. Here comes this, This is there in the desert. This is only what's called a graphic picture, that's all. What is it? Remember that?
Is that a tent around?
That is where the Israelites were walking in the desert. The God, were before them, like the. Yeah, that was just an image. God, was protecting them during the time, like a cloud of, pillar of cloud. During night, it was the fire. Just want to, that's all,
That was the original tabernacle, the original
the moving tabernacle. Yeah. And this is the Jewish synagogue, typical Jewish synagogue. It just like look like our church, That at the center we look there where the Torah they keep it. Now this is the Torah, no? Jewish synagogue. Yeah, that is the end of it. I think you get an idea about, Okay? Now I go, next time.